Welcome back to Shapes 2. My name is Nilaus, and we are back here with another episode. And I have so many stories to tell in terms of all the things that we want to do. We want to do 3-level designs, we want to do train networks, we want to do consolidated things, we want to do circuit networks, we want to do scaling up, we want to do so many things. So I am extremely happy that you are following along. There's been a tremendous reception. Yes, reception of this Let's Play, and I am thoroughly enjoying it, and also enjoying it a lot over on Twitch TV/Nilaus. And of course, as I said, thank you even more to the patron supporters who are supporting the channel. I know that a lot of you are supporting because you get access to these glorious blueprints, and well, that's just awesome. So speaking of awesome blueprints, I've also been reading comments, and there is a little bit of a trend that says, is this just now stumping down blueprints? No, it is not. And like I did in the last episode, I'm going to start with some cool design, and I also want to include a really cool design that we are going to be designing together today. So the challenge for today is going to be third floor, because when we have the third floor, we can actually fully utilize this, and it just gives us 50% additional capacity. Of course, we need to build bigger, but that also means that our designs, once we transition to 3 levels, they're just going to be final. That's just it. They will not, if they're good, they're good. It's not like we have to redo them again. The thing that I want to try to do here is actually, if we look at our stacker here, this is the 2-lane stacker. We need to make a 3-lane stacker, so or a 3-level stacker. So 3 levels in, 3 levels in, and then stack it and go out as 3 levels in a 1x2. That's going to be the main challenge. We'll also have a lot of other designs that we will be updating. So our objective today, I think that this one is good because it has some stacking. Actually, this one would be better. But anyway, I'm going to do this because it's kind of fun, and I recommend that when you start working on a milestone, because the first ones don't really give anything. You don't start the first one because you want that 1 point. You start the first one because you intend to get those 12 points. And therefore, you should get started on and complete it. So I would say, don't just look at the map, and find that shape, because you're going to need to have that shape, and then that shape, and then that shape. So think about the last one and say, okay, so I'm going to need like 3 colors. I'm going to need squares, circles, and wedges. And then I need to make sure that I sort of split them up, color them, put them back together. Okay, cool. Let's take that as a perspective. What I've done is I have down here found some location. I wonder why that one is illustrated. That's weird. Don't need that. So what I do is I find some squares out here, and then I just place a little miner here, because then they light up that square. It lights up, and it's just a lot easier to see. We can also use these hotkeys here, but this one I find that to be honestly a little bit easier to find if I know that it was south and then this way. I also have this line. This is going to be the main line. There will be a line in from each of the cardinal directions. And the first thing we want to do is make sure we get something out here. Now this one is colored, but it doesn't matter because we're going to need to recolor it anyway. As long as it's not the top right hand corner that's colored, then it's fine. Top left hand corner. So what we're going to do is we're going to be setting up trains for each of these locations, and then consolidating also to a working area here maybe. Yeah, maybe here. So this is going to be the first place we built something, and we have just built a little train station for each of these. They are ready to go. I can just do that, respawn. Oh, okay, it was coming back anyway. All right, so that's coming in, and I find that this is a good place because it's kind of close to these locations. Actually, let me just take that out and just do that. There we go. All right, so this is coming in, and what do I need to do? So the first thing I need to do is break it into diagonals, and if I'm going to be perfectly honest, I need to break it into all diagonals, which is going to be interesting. So we want to do the stacker, but we have to do a lot of other things first. So bear with me. Now this comes in as 3 levels, and if I look at my current design for cutting things on diagonals, which is here, split diagonals, not cutting, splitting, then it only takes 4 lanes in, because it's actually a kind of a cumbersome thing, and it has 8 lanes out, so it gets a little bit difficult. I have looked at it a little bit, and I don't see how I can get this to be I can get it in a 1x1 if I use 3 levels, but I think I'm just gonna do this, and then that means I need to be able to send things in and then cut it out on the diagonals. All right, so that means we're going to get a little block here for cutting diagonals, and this is actually one that I have prepared because they're not super interesting, these parts. So that's called, I need a routing category here because I'm getting more and more routing stuff. So that one, and what it does, and let's just do that and do that. So what it does is it takes 3 lanes in and splits them into 3 levels in and splits it into 4 lanes in 1 level each in either direction, goes in here, gets split out, and then comes out diagonal. And yes, they're not rotated, and that's just very deliberate. I don't want them rotated. Sometimes I would do, but not in this case, because I actually do want them to be working here. Then I need to consolidate again, and this consolidation is a little more complicated because I actually need to consolidate the 3 lower ones and the 3 top ones. So again, I've made a blueprint for this because I don't have time in one episode to do all these designs, so I figured the most important one for us to do together is actually going to be the one with the stacker. And that means this one will just have to sort of endure the copy pasting. I hope you can endure that. It's also not super magical or interesting. It just goes in and then goes out here, and then we can see all these ones are coming out on that side and all those are coming out on that side. So now what? Well, we do want to break it down into tie that, so we actually need to now split it side by side. And splitting it side by side is also a blueprint that we have, and I actually don't feel I need to do it in a different way, because once we get a little bit further you can see what the point of this is. This one is split side by side, which is also something we have, and then I'm going to do that, and then we'll get this splitter here again, and then we'll get this merger here again. Doesn't this look awful? No, it doesn't. It looks amazing. There we go. And then I'm just going to copy that over here. So this looks atrocious. Atrocious way of taking everything from one and then splitting it into 1/4 each. I could, honestly, it would be a lot easier to just bring 4 lanes in and then just cut one corner, rotate, and then do the next one, cut and rotate the other way, cut and rotate the other way. But this is way more fun. Of course it's way more fun. And then we are going to paint it. The paint one we did last time, so we can happily put it in here. And I just stamped it down in 3 levels. And now the question is, if we look at the final form here, the final form does not need to be painted in the top left-hand corner facing north. Which one's the top left-hand corner? I don't know. Are you coming in? Top left-hand corner. Who is that? Oh, this one's not working, is it? Oh, it's split side by side. Yeah. Just wait for it to generate the preview. Come on, preview. Give me. Top right hand. Down bottom left hand. There we go. And that one. Boop. You're going out. There, that's important. And then it'll be... This will be blue. And then this will be red, and then this will be green, which is kind of funny because I have blue, red, and green. So now I need to get these in here. That means I need some color train unloader. The thing is, like, all of this over here is at this point not really necessary. So for this particular design, this particular one, I can throw it away. But I want to be prepared for the next one. So we'll throw it away, but know that it's there. And this is just a aesthetic, I don't know what it is, but it's aesthetic void one. It just takes whatever comes in and just throws away. We're going to use this one here and there to just get rid of stuff that we don't need for this particular design. But we're going to be using it. So at this point, I'm going to be taking a liquid unloader here. I think I'll do it that one. That's going to be blue. And then if I am being a little bit cheeky, then I think I can do that. Yes, perfect. And then I will also do green, red, no, blue and red. Those need to come in, and we have it here, and the other place over there. So we got a paint train here, and I need 3 different locations in the end for loading them. So I'm actually loading them into these 3 locations here. I think that's the right way to do it, so that you load them sequentially instead of in parallel, because then I'd have to have different trains and different schedules and all that stuff, and I don't want that. But what we have here is, let's see, it was, blue had to come in first. So that is like this, and then the red one is up here. I'm actually really happy about one thing, that we didn't need the green right now, because I have 11 points, and I can't have I need a green train that costs 12, and I can't have a red train transporting green. That just doesn't work. So we need more points soon. But we're getting in here, we get blues in here, and we get reds in here, and then we get to the point where we really want it to be. And what I mean by that is we are going to need to do our design work, and I want to get it in. Oops, that one. There. So this is now where we do design, and it's also going to be a little bit easier now that they are different colors and stuff. Yes, they're coming in here and feeding it in. So we are going to get into the design work, which is going to be a little bit tricky, to be perfectly honest. Oh. And I'm not going to rotate it, so the fear of rotation shouldn't be there. But I just need to make sure that the blue ones here are going to be at the bottom. So that needs to be coming out here. There. Oh, we got a point. There, which we're instantly going to use on the green trains, because otherwise that's just incredibly silly. So we need that for later on. There you go. Get that out so we can get these ones out, and then we can get a green train here, because that would just be, yeah, good. That was important. All right, at this point, let's see. So what is it we want to do? Yeah. Okay, so we need to, let's look at our original stacker here. That is that one. I think this design here is excellent. So we're going to be using that as the premise. This takes one line, and then we're simply going to just try to make it as compact as possible. And then we're going to take that, copy, flip over here. So this is about as much if I also need to route it. So this is 6, and then I need twice as much. That, you can see, is getting a little bit dicey, because if I put them in here, then they're blocking the other ones. But there is an option of doing like that here. Okay, so now I have 12 lanes or 12 stackers. That should be enough. And then I have this, all this space to all of this space in quotation mark. So what I want to have some rules here as well is that the bottom level merges with the bottom level and comes out on the bottom level. That's it. Medium level, medium level, medium level, and top, top, top. That's a thing, which should make it a little bit easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to be focusing on the inputs first and figuring out how they're going to be routed. So we're going to start by going over here, because that needs to go, whoops, into the bottom of that one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, 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 and this will be the bottom one. This, 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 and this will be the top one. And these 4 will be the middle ones. So that's going to be my my rule for this. There. And we're going to do the same thing over on the other side. There we don't have to jump. That was easy. Let's do the top one. That should also be easy. Nope, all the way up. No. Because you're not going to go in there. You're going to go in at the bottom level of this one. Oh. Then I think I actually want it all the way out here, which means I need to go up to that one, jump, and get all the way over here. One in. Fall one down and go in. Let's do the same with this. And you need to go over here and go in. Yes, then there's still kind of room for the top one. Okay, let's do the same thing on this side. Inbound and there. That was the easy ones. Those were the straightforward ones. Now let's do the middle ones, and we're going to be removing the top level. So what do you want? You want to go in and go in at the bottom level of this stacker and at the bottom level of this stacker, which means that should be the easiest part. And then Oh, drop down. Here. Jump down. In here and in. So now I have done all the inputs. Let's also do the outputs. Outputs, are they going to be difficult? No, I don't think so. The outputs on the ground floor will just go here. Here. That's also fine. And then this is the top level. Top level coming in here. And that means this is into that one. And that means you need to go up like that. And you there. There might be a problem with this one coming in. Oh, yes, definitely. So let's give it some more space. Like that. Because then there's room for this somehow to get up here. I hope. Okay, let's see. You up. Up and in. And this one. There. Alright, so that is... Now we need the middle ones. So these are the middle ones, and they will just go straight in. So that was easy. And then comes the next one. Huh. That is going to be... here. Okay, so they need to come up at that location. And then in. Damn, that's nice. Cool. Alright, so what I've done now is we have done all the lower inputs and all of the outputs. So now we just need to figure out how to get these lanes in here. So let's start at the bottom. This one needs to go into the top level of these four, which means they have to go in here, here. That means I need to find my way to get up here, but I don't want to block that one. Or do I? Does that even have a problem with that? Let me just try that. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's try that. Down here. I can now go... This one is in that location. And go in. And in. Okay, let's see. That should give us these four outbound, but not the other ones. Yes. All right, that's something. Now let's go one level up. Now, what do you want? You want to... I don't want to do that. What do you want? You want to go into that one. Okay, so we're going to jump this. And that one. These are the easiest one, for sure. So far, we're not seeing anything completely incomprehensible. There. And now we need the middle one. The middle one is the tricky one because it needs to be input into the top level here and here and here and here. So that should be doable with not a jump up. Oh, okay, so we can just walk around it. There you go. And then that will be the same. Why is it not pointing the way that I'm drawing? There. And in. Okay. Then we just need the last two. And they need to come up here. So I can probably do this. And then I'm going to need to get these changed. Because I need that to go in here. That's it. That's it. That's it. There you go. Everything is paired up and nice and easy. Only problem is there's no room for a signal, but damn, that's nice. All right, there you go. We managed to do it, and then you have the design. So it wasn't too difficult to make, but it certainly is a little bit compact. In the meantime, because we've been taking so long on that, we actually got another level. That's nice. So this is actually the step that we need in order for us to be happy with the next one. So what are we going to do? We are simply going to load it up on a train there, and we'll just call it, let's call it the green train, because there's nothing green in here. So that one, and then we just drag it. Oh, maybe not the best place to drag it. Just drag it out here. Yeah. Okay. Here, and then jump. And we go all the way out to that line. And we might need a little bit more than one train here. There we go. Is it coming in? And then I can get the first one. And once we do that, then we can take this design and make it a little more complicated. Let's see how that works. This is the second train we're sending off, and each of those packages are 360, and there are 3 packages, so that is 1080, and that is the second train we sent off. So I should be good and just delete this. I hope. Oh, did I delete? Does that delete the train? Okay, I'm just gonna be cutting that out and edit so you don't see that silly mistake. Now we have the 2x2 boxes ready. There. And we're gonna send one train in, catching 3 times 360, and another one catching 3 times 60. And then we're gonna send them off, and we're gonna keep these here because if we delete them, then the trains disappear. So we need to get those in here. What we then need to do is we need to start looking at what is the next design. The next design is simply adding some circles on top, which is kind of funny because it's basically all of this again, because it's literally just this one again, because it just needs a circle on top. So let's wait for this one to get in, and then we can do some copy paste of all of this. Here we go. We are now bringing in. We certainly have enough here to complete the milestone, so that should be fine. And they are just looping here for silliness. A little recommendation is to make one of these markers here. And the way you do it, you could, for example, go in here. You can just click that, copy that, and then find where you're building, make a marker, and then paste it here. It's a pretty cool way of just remembering where you are. All right, so now we can actually delete this without fear of reprisal or anything like that. Right, so now we need to figure out how exactly is this going to work, because I think that I'd really like to have this just being completely the same. So this one would now be, oh, there we go, we completed it. Then all we need to do is just do the same, and that comes out here as the 2 round ones. Yes, and then I just need to make sure which one goes up. The round one goes up. Oh, that's funny. There, the round one goes on top. So this one goes on top. There. And then I just need from here. Going in. Jump under. And that. And then the idea here is also that if we can keep these on the same line. Here. Then they will also feed this automatically the next one. And then I take that out and that one out. And then instead we can now make the new loader. Here and that one and get it in. That is actually, could I? No, I'm gonna bring it up here. It's just easier. There we go. Right, so this should work. Let's have a look. What we're seeing now is that, yes, it should be oversaturating. I'm still using a should a lot, right? But they're coming in here and they will go in and see that they can't unload. Great, can't unload. Moving forward. And then they will unload at the new location. Well, it already has. And these are ready. So all I need to do now is get the round one, which we have up here. Ready and waiting. Just get it somewhat like this and in. And that's only one train, but I think honestly another train might be very nice to get the ball rolling. There we go. Another train, you say? Yes, there we go. So those are coming in, and then we'll get this operation going. Remember, one of the things is that you might say like, oh, this is space inefficient. Yeah, but once I've done this one, I'll just delete the whole thing and reclaim my point, which is a little bit weird. So next episode, we're going to be working on the milestone, and that milestone will be something we'll be working on forever, because that generates this shape, and this shape is something that will continue to work. So we'll build that really big. But in this episode, it's about the copy paste and getting that stacker in and just completing this one. And we're getting the very first of the new shapes in here, in our the last of the stackers. And let's see if it successfully comes in. And do we also have someone on the lower? No, for some reason the top floor is a little bit faster than the other one. That's just the pathing through this, which ones are faster. And it goes in. Come on, this should be the first one to come out. And come on, just go through any one of them. Oh, really? You decided to take the long way. Okay, but we're getting it. And look north. And we got the shape. Perfect. They're all working, and if I look at the preview looks good. They are all the same shape. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fill this up to 2 stacks or 2 blocks here. Then I'm going to add the trains, and then they'll be picking up those 2 trains immediately, and then we can go back to home where they will be unloaded here. That's the third one leaving, and when that reaches, it's going to take a while for it to reach. But what we can do now is we can actually start working on the next one. Because the next one will then be adding the green for both the first and the second one, which shouldn't be too difficult because we already have all of the infrastructure we needed for it, right? So all of this, copy and flip. And then remember, this one is the one that we don't need yet. And they're coming in, good. And then we need a green one in here. So we need to put a green train here. There. And then the green train is coming from here. That's also easy to do. And that goes up. There we go. Got a green train. Now we do need a little bit more in terms of merging together, because now this one needs to be merging on top of that as well. So that just there. And then I simply link it in. And then it goes further up. Nice. That was not so difficult. That's the first, that's the square. And then we have to do the same thing up here, which is even simpler because we have all the stuff here. And then we can even do a little, I don't like that they are, well, they're jumping forward. That actually makes sense. So it's just that I like it symmetrical around here. There. And then this will, let's see, where does that go? I think it needs to link in with this one first. First it needs to go in. Yeah, so that it comes in and becomes 3, that one. And then I will just get all that out. It looks like, let's see if everything has been unloaded. No, not really. Huh. Well, it has been unloaded now. So now I can easily take this out. I can also take the train out, even though oh, hold on. We'll just put you out here, little train. Okay, so this part is this is coming in, and we'll get that corner. The corner gets in. There we go. The corner goes in, and then the corner has to be inserted together with the other one. There. It's going to be a problem with the next one, but let's cross that bridge when we get there. And that should actually just be exactly what we want. And then we can take our little train We can put it down here, and then I can cut that line here. And how many we need? We also need 3,000 of that. So that's, look at how small of a change we actually had to do to make this this make sense. I like it. And we're already getting the new shapes in. There'll probably, or there could probably be some kind of mishmash with the partially built, but it looks good, right? Oh, let's rotate it. That's funny. Not correct. Damn. It's the wrong one. It's this one I'm supposed to put in. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Well, luckily that is not so difficult to do. And we're gonna be there. Yeah. And that goes out. And then I think I actually want this a little bit. You are also gonna be wrong. Well, everything is wrong then. Then I guess I want this to be a little bit out. Yes, so let's check you out. The reason I'm going to take this out is because it... I'm going to need it to go jump underneath later on for the final one. Yeah. Well, that's not an impressive blueprint, is it? There. And then I'm going to go a liquid, which will jump underneath. It doesn't need to jump underneath now, but it will. Are these connected? I don't know. Now they are. And that jumps underneath, or jump. And this is also go underneath, and then I can do routing back in. Is this working then? I think it is. All right. So that is, that's again, small change, but these ones, no reason to send those out because they're broken. And let's see if we get the new shape correctly in this time. And now the new shape is coming in, and this time it's going to be perfect, flawlessly awesome. Great. So this is also what I really like. It's so easy to, when you make mistakes and it's this modular, I don't have to do a lot of debugging. It's just like, oh, okay, it was the wrong one. And then we fix it. And let's see, is it coming out here as correct? Yes, it is. So we just need to let three stack up here. And then once those 3 are stacked up, then we can send them off. Oops, there we go. So this is the third thing coming in, and that should get us to 3,000 since they each transport 1,080. There we go. So now let's look at the next one, because the next one means that we don't need the green, but we do need a third tier. So we're going to build a third tier up here, but we might as well do the changes to this one first. And basically, it should be really simple. It should just be like that. And then we take the void. This is the void one, and voided that one. So let's see. Oh, unit don't need to be. That's interesting. Oh, and they're coming out. There we go. And let's see. This is now the top left-hand corner. Yes. Which is what we want. Top left-hand corner goes in. And for the next one, I'll do the same thing. That one. And the thing is, this one doesn't need to be colored. So that's also another little detail. And let's have a look. If we look at our home location to see if we've unloaded all of it. That is not unloaded. Okay, so we still have some green. That's another green in line. I think that's going to be the last of the... We got the next one. And we now... So we need to do some cleaning here as well. And what we're seeing now is I need basically everything, right? Basically all of this. I need that replicated. Let's try that and see how well that works. Like that, I guess. That goes out and then merges in. And it's on top. Okay, so let's start by getting the new shape in. And that wedge is down here. And it needs to go above. Well, doesn't matter where it goes. And then it goes in here. And then it just needs This is fixed in the next version, by the way, just so you know. Then we can do auto jumps and stuff over lanes, which is really nice. Not a giant thing, but let's see. So this one should get, let's see, how many do we have? Oh, that's interesting. That did not work. And here I have one train. I am pretty sure one train is not even going to be not close to cutting it here. There. Good. And there's also a lot of stuff coming in, so that will just generate a lot of trains inbound with some wedges. And those wedges go in. They get split, they get cut, they get all sorts of things. This one just keeps blinking once in a while. Don't know. There's nothing we want right now. And I think this works. Just being perfectly honest, I think this is just it. So we'll just follow the wedges as they come in and see if they are... Oh, they are actually coming in. And just see if that works. It looks like the shape was successful, and we'll send the first train in. And it'll go. And then we'll just send the next train in. Yes, like this. And then we'll connect it here when the next 3 blocks are ready, which will be very shortly, and then I'll send it out. Also just need 3 trains coming in. So that's the second, and the third one comes in here. Come on, just go a little bit faster for me. Why are they not the same speed? Well, there's just a lot of difference in travel time, so things that sort of take the short path will just end up just being a little bit faster. There we go. And that can be taken out, and then I can get you in so you are ready. And what I also want to show you, look at that. Look at that awesome thing. They are actually just jumping through the loops. Nice. So, yep, that while waiting for this to complete, I, just did stuff like this. Why not? It looks nice. It looks pretty cool, I think. And we'll just wait for one more of these to be completed. That's going to be very short. Yeah, and then we'll send it in so we can get started on the last milestone. We sent the train in for the final milestone, so we can actually take a look at this already. And that means now we need all 4 shapes. That means we need to reactivate here. That should be pretty damn simple, except that one will also go up, and then this one is going up here as well. Then these will be merging, that one and that one. That's going to be it. And then I will just take this thing and there, and also on this side. It's that simple. And does this? Yes. So it is the green and the white one opposite. Why? Why did that? Why? Who did that? Looks like we're finally getting the right shapes after a little bit of mishmash. There's also the problem that because there are so long lines, they and when I change it, then there's still just going to be like junk on the belts here and there. So, but it looks like we finally got the right shape. Now we're just going to let it just complete. We want to see the first ones come. Yep. Yes. There was a little bit of something weird, but it's coming in here, and that is the right shape as that one. Great. So let's let it cook for a bit. And now we're sending off the last of the trains here. There we go. And then when that gets in, then it'll just be, well, it's going to be a long way up there. But let's take stock of the situation. Let's think about what we've done here today. I am super proud of this build. Yes, it's a little bit bigger than it absolutely has to be, but it's built out of modules, and it was extremely easy to make the amendments. And I think that's one of the key points. Like, look at this one and then think about it, how to design it as part of it. This one, for example, is also just like, this is just stacking and then recoloring. So you'd have to be able to recolor pretty easily in order to do this. But what are we going to do in the future? Well, one of the things that that I'm sort of considering is that right now I'm looking out here for like finding those shapes. Now in this case they were pretty basic shapes, but if we look at sort of some of the later ones, then you're not gonna find that random shape out there. Or if you are, like here's some Viking helmets and stuff, you're not gonna find those shapes just happen to get that. And that means you're gonna have to find some partial shapes and then compare them, or then just sort of pass them together, which is not great either. So what I think I want to do is I want to get like the basic shapes, like the one we have here, get them into one place so that we can do milestones, milestones easily. We also want to do milestones. Milestones is something we want. Once we build it, we want to keep it going for a long time. So this one has to be bigger. This one I wanted to make it 4 trains of 3 levels. So that is 48 belts inbound. I think that's going to be nice. 48 belts inbound of this, so we can earn a lot of points here, which is good. So we can increase our operator level. And that's going to be, so that's one thing, scaling up for milestones, but making it modular and easy to make builds for this, for the task, because they're kind of different. The task, you build it and then you throw it away, while the milestones, you build it and then it just has to keep running for a long time. So those will be the difference. Those are going to be probably the next 2 episodes. Are going to be covering scaling up and also sort of making it robust and making sort of an advanced train system. There you go, we got it. And as always, remember, if you want the blueprints, they are available as a thank you to all the glorious people who are supporting the channel monetarily. It is means the world to me, and it's kind of how I run this channel. So I want to give something back, and that is in this case save games and blueprints. So those are available for patron supporters. If you're not a patron supporter, well, you can just look at the stuff we have here and design it by yourself. I designed it on camera, this particular one, and the other ones are not really that difficult. We also done that one. So I'm going to be designing something in during the videos, and then I'll also be making it all available in save games moving forward. So thank you very much, all of you, for watching, for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, joining on Twitch, where I am continuing to stream it, and I continue to stream it until Satisfactory comes out. That's at least the plan. So thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.